What up, folks? I hope all is well. I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas.
What up,
Mine was
folks? I hope
okay.
all is well. I hope.
It was here's the thing about Christmas for me. I tend to give out better gifts than I give than I get. But I'm okay with that because every year I expect to get nothing. So as long as you expect to get nothing, you can't get disappointed by your gifts. And yes, I typically do give out better gifts than I give. That's okay. I'm not complaining. It is what it is at this point. But it's fine. Christmas is fine. Christmas Eve, we play games with the friends is all great and fun. Christmas Day, fun, good food, family time, all that good stuff. It was fine. Can't complain. Even though my gifts were all right. That's okay. I'm not complaining. It's what it is. I was going to spend most of this stream talking about the only relevant card coming up here, which is the Dream Queendom card from Stardom. But once again, of course, because of Twitter, I was triggered by some folks online talking about this whole. I think it all kind of stems back to the Royal Rumble and the Chamber and who's going to win it and what are going to be the matches at WrestleMania. And ultimately, what happened was, because people seem to be very, very stuck on this whole Bianca Belair Jade Cargill match. So they said, I think they gave the rationale and the reasoning as to why they thought that match would happen and why they thought it made sense. I am sticking to my guns. I don't think that match is needed or is that important or that relevant, but at this point, we'll see. Folks may disagree, but I don't think we need to see Bianca Belair Jade. That's even if Bianca Belair is healthy, because for crying out loud, we don't know shit about this woman's finger at all. So that's my main issue with the IWC, because people tend to fantasy book without actually considering, I don't know, logic and where things are going to actually end up. For example, okay, let's talk about Bianca Belair real quick and Jade Cargill, if that's going to happen, all right? This right here. This is what people want. This is what they've wanted for years. Okay. This Mania match. My biggest problem with this match is not even the people involved. Whatever. People can complain about the in-ring here when it comes to Jade Cargill. It's whatever. I mean, we can talk about that if you want to. But that's not even my biggest concern. My issue is, what is the, not the payoff, but what is the end game? Like, what's the ultimate result here? Like, break it down. Like, play it out. Don't just say, oh, I want this match. Play it out. Bianca Belair returns after a year of injuries or injured finger. She returns as a babyface to take on Jade Cargill, right? Okay. Bianca Belair's a face. He faces her, and then what? He wins? So Jade Cargill loses, right? She loses her first PLE as a champion. The person that's been built up like a Bill Goldberg figure loses. That's an option. Or Bianca Belair loses, a woman who came back from a year-long absence and a finger injury. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. Okay, what's up, NIY? Realistic. Let me repeat that. Bianca Belair returns after a year out, being out for a year. She's a babyface. She wins the chamber or the Rumble. And then she faces Jade Cargill and loses. So basically repeating the Tiffany Charlotte Flair storyline, where Charlotte Flair returns at the Rumble, won it, just to lose, to put over the younger talent. Or Jade Cargill, who's being built up as this Goldberg figure, this dominant, strong figure, loses her first title defense at Mania. Folks, the way I see it, I don't really love either option. I mean, if Bianca Belair is going to win the Rumble or the Chamber, and I have an option of seeing Bianca Belair versus a Stephanie Becerra, can you imagine Bianca Stephanie at Mania, or Bianca versus Liv Morgan? Maybe Bianca Belair has to deal with the Judgment Day stuff. That's more compelling than Bianca Jade, for me at least. Okay. Reason why folks want to see Bianca Jade, because they had it in their mind for the longest time. This is a dream match. Wouldn't it be great to see two black queens in the ring against each other? We had the problem, okay? You saw that last year. So let me get this straight. Naomi put over Jade last year, and now you want to use the other black woman to put over Jade. That doesn't seem weird to you guys? That doesn't seem a little off? Back-to-back Mania years. Naomi, Bianca, put over Jade. That don't seem a little weird to you? Not a tad weird? I know you have in your mind that this Mania match just has to happen. Oh my God, Bianca and Jade, it has to happen, right? But just think about it for a second and play it out in your mind. Back-to-back years, Naomi and Bianca put over Jade. And that seems like a good idea or something that makes sense or something that excites you. Bianca Belair is Jade Cargill's end game. That's the biggest match, right? You want it. Everybody wants it. So why are you burning it with her first title defense? We have Bianca Belair coming back from a long injury. Basically, the repeat of last year with Charlotte Flair returning and putting over Tiffany. I don't love it. Hey, excuse me, okay. Seriously, how can someone out due to finger injury? At least Asuka was back due to a knee injury. Because her finger won't bend. So the problem with her finger is it won't bend. So it can't bend, it'll break again. You can't be wrestling with a finger that won't, this stiff, that won't bend. That's why she's out. They're going to add layers to the story now that Naomi is gone. What layers are going to add? Okay, by the way, my entire tweet that I brought up originally, all I said was, there's no lingering issue, right? They can add layers, they can add a storyline. It's not that hard to write a story between these two. Oh, that's fine. But my only issue I had was, this idea was, there's this lingering or unfinished business. No, that's your headcanon. Bianca Belair and Jade, it's over as of right now. Bianca Belair was heartbroken to find out that Naomi attacked Jade. Naomi and Jade had a beef. Bianca stayed out of it. Bianca Belair returned to be the ref of this match. She said after this match is over, she refs the match. She calls it down the line. Jade wins. She lifts Jade Cargill's arm. That's the end of it. This visual right here was the end of any real tension. Jade Cargill has moved on with her life. She moved on. Bianca Belair was out. She went to chase Tiffany, ultimately turned heel as her face got busted open. Now we have this more hard-nosed, badass Jade Cargill. Got nothing to do with Bianca Belair. If Bianca Belair shows up on SmackDown, it's a new story, it's a new development, which is fine. Just don't tell me this is some continuation that needs to be done, because it's not a new story, not a same storyline. So it'll be something different. That's fine. I want Bianca Belair on Raw or somewhere else. Okay, I don't want to see Bianca on SmackDown. That's probably my biggest issue. And ultimately, I don't think it makes sense for Bianca Belair to be facing Jade Cargill so early, especially right after the Jade Cargill-Naomi feud. I mean, what's going on here? You're burning out these feuds that people want to see. You're burning it out early. Doesn't make any sense. Like, I think you need to have Jade Cargill face somebody else before Bianca Belair. That's what I would do. So no, I don't think Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill needs to happen. I don't think this storyline has been, it'll be something new. I don't think that it's like a story thread that's hanging out there. They're just waiting for Bianca Belair to return so they can finish it. No, it'll be a new storyline, which is fine. I just don't think it's necessary right now. I think Jade Cargill has more tension with Charlotte Flair. I think she has a storyline with Tiffany for sure. I do believe Tiffany will return probably on the 3-hour SmackDown. When she returns, if you remember, Tiffany got injured by Jade Cargill. So of course Tiffany will want to get revenge. That's a story for Jade Cargill. That's not ended. That's an actual unfinished business. Of course, the tension with Charlotte Flair, those face-offs, that's the story brewing. Well, no, I don't think Bianca Belair needs to return. And by the way, we're making a lot of assumptions with Bianca Belair. We don't know what's going on with that woman's finger. For all we know, she won't be ready until Mania. Jade will have been champion for 6 months if she makes it to Mania. So I can see you're dropping a title. You see her dropping the title at Mania to Bianca. I want her on Raw, but I don't see them switching anybody on SmackDown who is legit. My only issue with Jade Cargill dropping the belt at Mania, I feel like they're making a big deal of this badass Goldberg level. The woman literally said, "Who's next?" You have that type of character lose at Mania? I mean, who is she feuded with? She beat Tiffany, right? In a way, was kind of like, okay, I'm going to take out your knee. Kind of underhanded. She beat Tiffany. She beat B-Fab. She's going to face Michin. And then you go to Mania and lose to Bianca Belair. I think if you're going to build up an actual Goldberg level threat here, you have to have them built for a bit. And if that's the case, why is she facing Bianca Belair at Mania? Why not stack up some wins, stack up some credible names, and then you get to the end game, which is Bianca Belair. That's what everybody wants to see. I want to see these women in the ring. Okay, fine. You build up to it. Give her some actual matches that are substantial. Let her face Tiffany again. Let her face Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss. Build up some wins here, and then you go for the actual end game, which is Bianca Belair. I don't understand why you're trying to rush this Mania match. Because again, somebody gotta lose. Is babyface Bianca Belair, after being out for a year, gonna lose? Is Jade Cargill gonna lose her first Mania match while being booked as a Goldberg? I don't understand it. I just don't. Give her Alexa and then give her Charlotte Flair at Chamber. So Charlotte Flair won't be in the Chamber match? Charlotte Flair has never even competed in a Chamber match, I don't think. I think this year she probably wouldn't be in that match. I'll be surprised if Charlotte Flair wasn't in the Chamber this year, considering she's never really competed in it yet, I don't think. Sure, that's an option. You could have her face Alexa. Maybe she faces Tiffany on a SmackDown, even though that feels kind of weird. She beats Tiffany on a SmackDown, beats Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss gets upset or she gets messed up by Jade. That starts the Charlotte Flair feud. You face Charlotte Flair at the Chamber, but then you won't have Charlotte Flair to be in the Chamber. And then Bianca Belair wins the Chamber or Rumble and then faces Jade. I don't love the trajectory. I just don't love it right now. Now, it just feels weird. Naomi, Jade, Bianca, Jade, back-to-back years. I don't love it. I don't love it. I think there's more storylines for Bianca Belair coming back as a heel on SmackDown, facing the woman or going after the woman that actually caused the finger injury. You know, Rhea Ripley fell on her finger. She's been out. She's been upset. She's been depressed, and now she wants to have some revenge on them. I think that makes more sense for Bianca Belair considering her year, rather than coming back as, oh, I'm babyface Bianca. Oh, my friend Jade Cargill, she's all bad now. Now I have to face Jade Cargill to take her down. That's less interesting than Bianca Belair returning And because remember, the Mania match, he was getting booed. It wasn't right. She was correct the whole entire time, and she was getting booed. And the fans were wanting Rhea Ripley in that match. And then Rhea Ripley forced her way into the match. And then she got injured because of Rhea Ripley falling on her finger. I mean, it's all there. So just put that aside to, I'm going to face Jade. I don't love it. I don't love it. But who knows? For example, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, there's still a problem. Maybe she'll come back to help the Kabuki Warriors retain. That was my suggestion on Twitter. We don't know what's going on with her finger. So what I would do is, Vegas was last year. Mania was in Vegas last year. It'll be in Vegas again. Coming full circle, you have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in the tag match, right? Trying to win the tag titles or defend the tag titles, depending on what happens. Bianca Belair returns in Vegas, full circle moment, literally the same location where her finger got messed up, the same people in the ring, Io and Rhea Ripley. That makes sense storyline wise, right? She comes back, she screws Riho and shows where she's at mentally. Yes, I'm screwing you guys. Screw you, Io. Screw you, Rhea Ripley. You're the reason why my finger got messed up. You're the reason why I got booed last Mania, even though I was in the right. It's all there for actually intriguing storyline-wise stuff. Why would you? Io and Rhea Ripley won't be a tag match at Mania. I beg to differ. I think they will. You guys can keep talking about Mania and put some more questions in the chat for me if you want. But yeah, that's where I'm at when it comes to Rhea, Io, and Bianca and Jade Cargill. I think Jade Cargill should be facing somebody else beyond Bianca Belair, but I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what they do. Again, we don't know when Bianca Belair is coming back. This all could be a moot point. That finger ain't right. She ain't gonna be back until, dare I say Mania? Is that finger not right? So this may just be wishful thinking that she's gonna return at the Rumble and cause a scene. I mean, we don't know. Honestly, I'm fearing the worst. I'm fearing the worst when it comes to that woman's finger. Io Sky somehow, some way wins the title before the Chamber. How? How, Sway? Guys, I think Riho is in full force. I know some people think that they're going to break up the tag team. I don't think so. I don't think so, folks. Just don't. I see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky being a tag team going into Mania. Because again, Rhea Ripley has had not one, not two, but 3 straight championship matches at Mania that are singles. I think this year, they're going to take a break to then get back to Rhea Ripley next year. So 3 straight years in a row, singles matches at Mania for the title. This is a year to have Rhea Ripley and Io going in as a tag team just as a break. And then once that Mania is over, they can go back to singles. So right now, I think Stephanie and Jade are the focus. I don't think Jade will not be champion. And I don't think Stephanie won't be champion unless it's Liv Morgan. So either way, it's not going to be Rhea Ripley and Io involved. It'll be Liv Morgan champion or Stephanie being champion. On SmackDown, it's going to be Jade. So where does Io Sky and Riho, where does that fall in there? I don't think so. So I do think on Raw in January, we could get Rhea Ripley and Io Sky winning those tag titles. And if that happens, they're going to be champions going all the way to Mania. What do you want the biggest possible matches at Mania, though? Yeah, but you can't use the same talent over and over again or it gets repetitive, right? So you can't use Rhea every year, right? Because then first of all, you're ignoring new stars like a Stephanie, like a Jade Cargill. These are new stars, right? Last year was Tiffany. Tiffany was a new person in the title scene, beat Charlotte Flair. This year it'll be Jade Cargill, and this year it could be Stephanie, right? You can't just have the same people in the title matches. Bianca Belair, Here's another thing. So I'm probably talking about Stardom here, but real quick. Um, Remember Bianca Belair comes in 3. She faced Sasha Banks, beat her. She faced Becky Lynch, beat her. Faced Asuka, beat her 3 in a row. Then what happened? Took a break. She had that tag match, which I did not like. She had that I liked it for the culture, but not for the in ring, right? She had that match with Jade Cargill and Naomi, the big 3, right? Took a break. Then she got back to singles in that triple threat. Now we have Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, Becky, triple threat match. Now she takes a break. Comes in 3. So Bianca got 3 in a row. Rhea Ripley get 3 in a row. And now this year is her break. She'll be with Io Sky. And then next year in Saudi Arabia, we get back to Rhea Ripley in the title match. That's what I think. What about Io Rhea Ripley non-title? A lot will have to happen within the next couple months. Right now, I don't see any beef happening there. What's more likely? Rhea and Io being chummy and being all buddy with the tag titles, or them beefing by Mania? The way Io and Rhea Ripley are, I don't see it. I don't see any beef coming. Right now, Asuka's trying to get into Bayley's ear. Asuka's trying to manipulate Bayley. I don't see Io Sky or Rhea Ripley turning on each other. I see them coming closer and becoming a tag team, which is why I have Bianca Belair. Screw them, right? That's what I would do. What's up, King? And that could bring the beef. Okay, you guys can keep asking questions, and I could get back to that as well. But the big card coming up here, and you guys should get into Joshi, okay? If you're not watching Joshi, you should get into it. The big card coming up here at the end of the month, not end of the month, well, yes, at the end of the month, but in like 3 days, is the Stardom Dream Queendom 2025, okay? This is the big card, the biggest show of the year for Stardom, okay? It's in 3 days, 29th, on a Monday. You have the big match here, the big match for the card is Saya Kamatani, the MVP, the biggest face in the Joshi world. By that I mean not babyface, face is in popularity. She is probably the most popular female ever, maybe at this point. I mean, it's in getting to that level in terms of being mainstream, being on the talk shows, doing the game shows. She's probably the most popular Joshi wrestler of all time at this point. The way she's been all over the place. Won the MVP for the first time a woman won the MVP for Tokyo Sports. She's killing it. And she is defending her title against Soriano. Unfortunately for Sori, she's losing because the build for this has been pretty non-existent for the most part. They tried to pick it up over the last couple of weeks here to make it seem like they give a damn, but they've been spending so much time trying to convince the world that Saya should win the MVP, which they did. Congratulations, mission accomplished. They have not really been focusing on this match. This match is filler. Sorry to tell you the truth, but Soriano, Saya Kamatani is filler. It'll be a banger, but I just see no way Saya loses this match because the obvious build, which has not been that impressive, and because they've been doing everything to build up Saya Kamatani to the point where this isn't even the biggest match she has coming up. And this is Stardom's biggest card. She has a match against Shuri at Wrestle Kingdom. It's a winner takes all for both the New Japan belts, the Strong belt and the IWGP. That's a bigger match for her in terms of prestige right now, unfortunately, which means she's gonna win this match because they're not gonna have her go into that match as a loser. She's gonna win. It'll be a great match. These two can go. They're very good in the ring. I think Saya Kamatani is on fire right now in the ring. Soriano is always good. It'll be a great match. Maybe even top 10 of the year. But ultimately, the result is not in question. Which is sad. It's kind of sad, but is what it is. Soriano loses. Saya wins. She's the top star here. She's the biggest thing going, and I don't think they're gonna put out her flame anytime soon. So it is what it is. But still, a match worth watching. Okay, we have Konami against Saya Ida. This is for the white belt, which is the mid card belt. I think Konami is going to win this match. Would I mind Saya winning here? By the way, I say Saya, but yeah, it's same first name as the last person we talked about. For those who are new to Joshi World, yeah, Saya Ida. I don't see her winning. I liked her presence and the character throughout the build here. She's been impressive to me. She leveled up as a star, which is good to see. I think she's getting better and better and being more of a singles person. Because usually she's part of a tag team, whether it's trios or double or single or 2-on-2. But now she really built herself up. She looks stronger in the ring. She looks like a more seasoned performer, and she looks like a star more often than not. But I think she's going to lose here. I think Konami just won the belt. Let me check something real quick, because I could be wrong about something. About to say she just won the belt recently, which I think is correct, but depending on how long it's been, because for some reason when it comes to the white belt, there are very, very short reigns these days when it comes to Taro Okada's booking. So let me check something real quick. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure her reign has not been that long. I'll show you what I'm looking at right now. Why not? Let's look at this. Titles. Winner of Stardom Championship. 53 days. Yeah, that's not that long at all. Yeah, because Starlight Kid, 300. Okay. 155, 12, 23, 176, 180. Yeah. I'm sorry, Saya. You're losing. You're losing. We're going to have Saya lose to Micah. We're talking about the red belt. Don't get me started. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see, with all due respect to the Micah stands out there, I don't want to see her beating Saya Kamatani, even though I do believe, because recently when Micah came back, she had that face off with Saya. So yeah, it's possible that Kamatani does lose to her, but I don't like that idea. Yeah, so I have Konami winning this. She only had the belt for 53 days. That's not very long. Konami retains. Saya Ida has leveled up though. She leveled up. It's kind of funny because she was tag team champions with Hanan. Is Hanan injured? I thought she would be the one being pushed here. Once Mayu Iwatani lost, or not lost, but left the company, I was sure that Hanan was going to get the push, being the young babyface that would be the new star for the company. But she's not in this match. She's nowhere to be found. Is she injured? I don't remember. She might be injured, but Saya Ida loses this match, unfortunately. Okay, tag team titles match. Hate against Saika Karara and Aya Sakura. This will be, I'm not gonna lie, Ruaka, Nazuku Tora. I mean, I don't really see. Honestly, I don't know. I think we're gonna have new tag team champions here, because they are high on these two here. Saika Karara and Aya Sakura, they're very high on them. They're fan favorites. They're popular. They're likable. It's not gonna hurt Ruaka or Nazuku Tora at all to lose this match, even though they're not. I don't think they've been tag team champions that long either. Let me see. Check some real quick. Let me check this. They haven't been champions that long either. Let's try this. Let me just search one of their names here. I'm trying to be lazy. Kind of probably typing it out. I'm just gonna do this. Search titles. A low ass freaking rating. Jeez, it's not that bad. Ignore cage mat ratings. 155 days. That's not. And this is their second reign. When did that happen? No, that's not. That's way too far back. No, it's not. Not their second reign, is it? No way. Anyway, maybe that X, that 2X means one of them been title champions twice. I'm looking at this 2X here. I'm thinking it means that they've been champions before, but I don't see that. Anyway, yeah. So 155 days is long enough. Okay, let's see. 24, 55, 159, 200. Yeah, they're gonna lose. They're losing. New champions. Sayaka Karara and Aya Sakura, which is fine. They're not my favorite talents, but it's what it is. They're likable. They're okay in the ring. New champs here. Hates will be fine. They don't need the tag titles. Yeah, new champs here. The build for this has been fine. I mean, we had the tournament for the keep forgetting the name of it. The tournament that was won by Sayaka and Aya. That'll be fine. They can win this match. I don't have a problem with it. New champs is cool. That's what I would do. New champs. We tag champions back in 2018. That's what that 2X is for? Okay. I thought the 2X for both of them together, but just for one of them. Okay. Yeah, new champs here. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. This is probably the most... This match here, Natsupoi and Suri, it's probably been the best build. This has been two friends who get along. Natsupoi tried to challenge Suri. Suri was not impressed or interested in the match at all. He even said, why would anybody want to see this match? Is this match even interesting? So Natsupoi had to work hard and had to challenge Suri in her face and get in her grill and say, no, I want this match. I'm on your level. I'm going to prove it to you. The build has been solid. It's been enjoyable. Ultimately, this match is about Natsupoi proving herself to Suri, showing that she's on her level, basically. And I thought this build has been effective. Looking forward to it. Two great wrestlers. If I had to guess, I say Suri wins this match, but because she just pinned Suri not too long ago. The other day, she pinned her in a tag match. I'm not saying that means she's going to lose because of wrestling math or whatever. Go home math. But I think Suri probably wins this match. But I can see Natsupoi winning. I probably said like 70-30 Suri. But build has been probably the best out of all these matches. It'd be a good one. Suri wrestling on Dream Queendom. That's cool. It'll be a banger. It really will. I'm looking forward to it. These two are friends, so they can get really stiff with each other, and it'll be all good backstage. I expect a real physical match. We'll see how Natsupoi reacts in a singles match with Suri, who throws bombs at your chest. We'll see how Natsupoi will handle that and how she'll come back at Suri. But this will be a good one. Probably... I was going to say it's probably contender for match of the turn of the show, but I think the way Saya is operating and the way Suri Ano can wrestle, this is probably more likely to be the match of the turn of the card, the match of the show. But with Suri, anything is possible. So anything is possible with Suri. So I'm gonna say my guess is a runner-up. runner up. So match of the tournament. He's in tournament. Match of the card or the show will be this one, I think. And then I'll go with Suri and Nat's Boy. Is there another card in here? No. Oh yeah, this is happening too. This is a different tweet. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, I don't have much to say about this one. I know. I don't remember the girl's name. I know Hazuki wrestling this star. She's like a wrestler, singer, personality who's coming back to Stardom. I don't remember her name off rip. Let me see something real quick. What's her name? I really do not know it. Yeah, YouTuber. Yeah, I said personality, but yeah, I think YouTuber. Same difference. Influencer, whatever. Same difference. He wrestled in Stardom before. She coming back. What's her name here? Fuwaka-chan. Gotcha. Very popular personality. Very popular. I don't know for sure if she's a YouTuber. Yes, she is. Comedian, YouTuber, and professional wrestler. Okay, yeah. So she's returning to Stardom. I think she wrestled Stardom before. Yeah, she trained and made her professional wrestling debut, Stardom 2022. Lost to Sai Kamatani and Hanan. Okay. I'm sorry, Hina. Okay. Now she's returning. Okay, cool. I have no interest in this match. I mean, I like Hazuki, so I'll watch the match, I'm sure, but I have no interest in this match beyond that. Honestly, this Dream Queendom card ain't great. So now I'm taking the I'm revealing myself. This card is not great. Okay. I believe this card has been sacrificed because of the Sai Kamatani push. They've been more. This whole entire month has been more about last 2 months really. It's been more about giving Sai Kamatani that MVP reward, and not really focusing on building up storylines and building up matches that are interesting. They wanted to give Saya that MVP, and she got it. I think Dream Queendom has suffered because of it. Even the top match is a foregone conclusion. Nobody with any real sense to believe Soriano is going to beat Saya Kamatani, and that's unfortunate. I think this entire card has not been built up that great. Here's another one here. I believe it's 4-on-4. Got Xena, who I like a lot. Very underrated wrestler out of Australia. Very, very good here. Megan Bain, Maika, Hanako, Suzuki, and Bozilla over here. This will be a good match. A lot of good talent here. Yeah. This is going to be My Vida Loca versus Nexus Venus, right? Megan Bain in that faction? Or is she just filling in? Yeah, this is a good match. Great talent. Do I love how they're working with Bozilla? I don't really love the booking for her. They could be doing more with Bozilla, but she's on the card. Dream Queendom card. A very, very popular, very, very big card. Prestigious card, so it's fine. But yeah, this card's not great. Not the best. I'm happy to see Xena back. Maika, I could live without Maika, but people think I'm a Maika hater. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth on that one. What else we got here? Oh, here's the get everybody on the card match. Okay, this is the, hey guys, you're not gonna be in the big matches, but we want to have you on the card somewhere. Which is crazy because I thought Arena has been breakout performer of the year. Been arguably the best performer in Stardom. She's not even she doesn't have a big match. Arena. I mean Arena. Arena got Azusa over here. May Sarah, who just lost a high speed belt. B Priestley. Everybody's over here. Koguma, they're all over here. It's just a fill their match, and get people on the card. That's fine. Ami Souri's over here. Yeah, we'll see. New high speed champion. I don't know why they didn't save the high speed match for this card. May Sarah lost to Izumori. I don't know why they didn't wait until the Stardom match. Well, the Dream Queendom, but whatever. It is what it is. That was a good match, by the way. Yuna versus May. That was a good match. Would have saved it, but I had no idea this match was even happening. This screams filler. That's what it is. Filler. Is this a fatal 4-way or a tag match? I'm gonna guess tag because I don't know. I can find out right now. Why am I asking? You look at freaking wiki right now. Where are you? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Tag match. Okay. Starbomb. Hardy Brave. Oh, okay. I hate both of those names, but it's fine. Let's go back to this here. Okay. Starbomb and Karate Brave. This is just a filler match. There's nothing really here story-wise, right? Tomoka, Shuri, Azumi, Starlight Kid. It'll be fun. Great talent, but not a can't miss because there's no storyline here. It's just a match for the talent. I mean, Shuri has an actual match coming up against Saya Kamatani at Wrestle Kingdom. That's her focus. That's her actual feud. Starlight Kid lost her white belt, and right now she's doing what exactly? I don't know. Azumi was sacrificed for the Saya Kamatani MVP push. She was the strong champion, New Japan, and she dropped her belt to Saya to facilitate Saya Kamatani's push to win the MVP, which was successful. Great. Now, what's next for Azumi? Do you put the belt back on her? Does she dethrone Saya down the road here? I think she was done wrong. Without question, she was done wrong because of this MVP push. So how do you make it up to her? Does she win the red belt? Does she win the New Japan belt, the strong belt, the IWGP? One of those belts should go to Azumi. It's only right. What's going on with Tomoka? No clue. I don't know what's her. I mean, she had a chance to win the white belt when Starlight Kid was champion. What is she doing now? I don't know. I kind of ignore Stardom. I ignore them during the tag tournament. So I don't really know what's happening with everyone. But let's be honest. Stardom storytelling isn't the best. They're not really a story front promotion. Okay, they don't really push the storytelling to the forefront that much. Until it's Dream Queendom, they kind of care. But before that, not really. Okay, here's the youngsters here. Okay, so yeah, nothing really to see here. I don't care who wins this match. I'll say Karate Brave wins because Shuri has an actual match coming up here against Saya, so I'll say that. Who knows? I mean, is this a battle royal? What is this? It's a rumble. I'll say Arena wins because I think she had a breakout year, had a great 5-star GP. I'll give it Arena, but who the hell knows? It could be Oguma for all I know, but I will go to Arena here. I mean, that's me. That's what I would do. Means you earn some 2026 should be Rena's year, I think. She should leave hate and defeat Konami or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right. I'll go with. Fortunately, I think Micah's crew wins. So, yeah, we'll go with that. Micah, Hanako, Xena, Megan Bane, they win. No loss for Bozilla. Suzuki wins here, but who cares? She's a YouTuber, so it's not that big a deal. Bree wins. Great match coming up here. I love it. New tag champs, Sayaka and Aya wins. Konami retains, but Saya levels up here. And yeah, we know what's happening here. Saya Kamitani wins, without question. Sorry, Oriano, but at least maybe in her mind, she's just happy to be in this position right now. But yeah, there's no chance she loses this. I would be shocked if I wake up Monday morning. Oriano, well, I love a lot. Great talent in the ring. I love watching her wrestle. I'd be shocked if she was the new champion here. I think Saya Kamitani retains. And that is your breakdown of Dream Queendom. Not the best Dream Queendom we've seen here, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I mean, sure, the Joshi stands will lie and say, "Oh yeah, we're super hyped for this." They're lying. Sorry to tell you the truth, but they are lying about being hyped for the F card. It's okay. It's an okay card. I would wonder if First Dream. We'll talk about First Dream for Mark Gold and the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling card later. Probably next week sometime. How about this next week? You can argue if it's any better. I mean, you got Suzume against Miyu Watanabe. You got Mirai taking on Indo. That's cool. We'll talk about that later, though. I'm not going to talk about it right now. And the Margot card, we'll talk about next week. And that is that. Tonight is SmackDown. Are you excited? Probably not, because it's all been spoiled. One match in particular I'm looking forward to watching. I know how it's going to turn out, but that's fine. I'll be looking forward to it. But everything else, when it comes to SmackDown tonight, I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to it that much, but did I talk about Bianca? Yeah, I sure did. You missed it. My conclusion on Bianca Belair was that I want her on Raw. And I don't want her wrestling Jade Cargill at Mania. I will not let it go because it doesn't make any sense. I don't want to see Jade Cargill face Bianca Belair at Mania. Charlotte versus Lash should be good. Oh yeah, that's happening. Yeah, the card tonight is I don't even think Bianca stands want it. They do. The Bianca stands want Bianca versus Jade. Or at the very least, they want her to win the Rumble. For sure. Now, if you ask them, well, I'm a Bianca stan, apparently, according to some folks, right? But I'm different. Apparently, I love Bianca Belair. She's my favorite wrestler. But I'm not in line with most Bianca fans. I want what's best for her creatively. Put Bianca Belair on Raw. Put Bianca Belair on the A show. Give her a Stephanie. Give her a Liv. Give her the Rhea Ripley feud, for crying out loud. Don't put her on SmackDown with Road Dogg and Jade Cargill. What's going on here? Like, am I crazy? Like, all these Bianca stans are like, we want her to win the Rumble and face Jade Cargill. Why? Like, explain it to me. Explain it. They can't. If she wins the Rumble and Rhea Ripley and Jade were the champions to choose from, they are picking Rhea Ripley. It's 100% because Jade is champion and she should beat her. And she could beat her. I mean, if you're trying to build up, they just showed. I just saw freaking Zoe Stark's injury again on Twitter for some reason. Anyway, if you're booking Jade Cargill to be Goldberg, I don't see why you have her face Bianca Belair. It doesn't make any sense to me. But who knows? Triple H has been weird lately, so maybe you're right. Maybe the stands are right. Maybe it will be Bianca versus Jade. I think they want it to be Bianca because they are certain Bianca's going to win. Well, yeah, they're... Maybe. It could be a Charlotte Flair Tiffany situation. Now, I think they view Bianca Belair a little differently than Charlotte at this point. But Charlotte Flair had to put over Tiffany. Who's to say they don't have Bianca Belair put over Jade? So I wouldn't be so certain that that would be the plan for Bianca to beat Jade. Again, considering it's her first title defense for women they are invested in, for women they're booking as a female Goldberg. I think it'd be silly to assume that she's gonna lose. So if she's gonna win, why are you doing Bianca Jade? Doesn't make any sense. But that's just me. All right, any questions? I'm shutting up now. I'm just looking at the chat. It could be about the Joshi world. It could be about SmackDown, Raw, AEW, whatever. Anna Jay, she's going to be a free agent in the spring. I think she's leaving to go to NXT, honestly. But she may have to wait for a minute. By a minute, I mean until sometime in spring, unless she can get out of her deal. But I doubt that happens because Tony Khan's probably upset that Andrade had to be pulled from TV. He's probably going to have Anna Jay sit until sometime in March. But I think Anna Jay's leaving AEW, heading to NXT ultimately. If Charlotte and Jade doesn't happen before Mania, Jade is 80% beating Bianca Belair, in my opinion. Agreed. I get your point. You're saying if Jade Cargill doesn't build up a bunch of wins, it'd be silly to book her very strong and then lose to Bianca Belair at Mania, right? So she beat Tiffany in a way that was kind of underhanded because she made sure she was injured, right? Then she's beaten B-Fab. She's going to beat Michin. That's nothing. So, of course, you want to give her some more wins if she's losing to Bianca Belair at Mania. But I just don't buy that. But yeah, I would agree. You would have to do Charlotte. Well, not Charlotte yet, because Tiffany, I think, is coming back for the 3-hour SmackDown. You do Tiffany, Jade again. And then you do Jade, Charlotte, I guess. The only problem is we have a tight schedule, folks. Like, you can ignore the next couple of weeks. The beginning of the year, or the beginning of the new storylines, or the new wave of booking will happen at the 3-hour SmackDown in the Netflix debut for the first Netflix of the year, right? Those two shows are the big SmackDown and the big Raw. From there, got what, 4 weeks until the Rumble? Tiffany and Jade could go for 2 months easy if they wanted to, right? That feud can continue for like 2 months if they want it. And then you have to do Charlotte if that's the case. And by then, it's Mania season. So while Jade Cargill is feuding with Charlotte and Tiffany, what the hell is Bianca doing in the long run? Because she had to win the Chamber or the Rumble. You feuding with Lash and Nia Jax in the meantime, and then you get back to Jade? I don't know. What I am hopeful about, I'm hopeful that SmackDown is getting some new reinforcements here. Bringing in Trick Williams, right? Probably going to bring in someone like a Javon Evans, or maybe Javon goes to Raw, whatever. But I think there are going to be some men and women going to SmackDown here. Maybe that'll change the landscape a little bit, and then it'll make more sense what's going to happen with Jade and Bianca. Assuming Bianca Belair's even. This is why I kind of hate talking about Bianca Belair. We don't know what's happening with that woman's finger. We're all assuming that, oh, she's ready for Rumble. Says who? Did you talk to her finger doctor? Did you talk to Bianca Belair? We don't know what's happening with that woman's finger. For all we know, she still can't bend it. And if that's the case, she's not going to be back at Rumble. And if that's the case, I'll say this. If Bianca Belair is not at a Rumble, kiss a Mania singles match goodbye. For the championship, at least. She needs to show up at the Rumble. She ain't there. I don't think you're going to get a Bianca Belair title match at Mania. So if those 30 names are said, those 30 women come out at the Rumble, none of them is Bianca Belair in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a Bianca Belair singles match at Mania. But I could be wrong. Yeah, get Jordan over there. Hell, I would do Soul. Only problem is Soul has a storyline to play out unless Triple H doesn't give a damn. And if Triple H doesn't give a damn, then sure, call over Soul. But yeah, Jordan Grace for sure. And you can have a shock win and have Kendall Gray beat Jacy Jayne. And Jacy Jayne, Fallon Henley go up. Let Shawn Michaels figure it out after that. He'll manage. We found out that Charlotte and Tiffany would be in the Mania match in December. That was kind of obvious for me, right? That was always going to happen, I think. We have yet to find out who will be in the SmackDown title matches when it usually leaks. Are you saying that means Bianca will be in the match because they're waiting on Bianca's finger to make that call? Because if that's the case, that's a dumb decision. You should know what the plan is. I would say more likely you're going to get Charlotte Flair Jade with these teases. Again, I don't like to assume Bianca's health. I don't like to assume I know what's happening with her finger. So I would assume that is not the case with Bianca Jade. I would assume the plan is to go with something that's more sure, like a Jade Charlotte. Even though that might upset folks, I think Charlotte will win the chamber. Charlotte's getting a lot of great reaction from the crowd, so I think it'll be fine. So SmackDown could use, SmackDown could use. Oh yeah, it was used. You said you, but it was supposed to be used. SmackDown could use a heel women's faction because the Secret Service has run its course, especially now with Piper gone. That's true. Unless they're gonna actually give Jade a baddie 2.0. That's what I would do. And that's what I thought was happening. I think it still could happen. I think B-Fab and Michin will ultimately join Jade. So Jade will beat down Michin, beat down B-Fab, and ultimately bring them in. It'll be a Jade, B-Fab, Michin faction, which will work fine. Michin can talk, B-Fab can talk. You can argue they can talk better on the mic than Jade. They have a good look. They have some star power to them. So what I would do, gives Michin and B-Fab something to do. I think it'd be a home run to put them together, but that's just me. That's what I would do. I don't see Charlotte Flair losing 3 Manias in a row. I would agree. I don't see it either. But I guess it's possible. But I agree with you. That doesn't really track for me. But we'll see. But I agree with you. That doesn't really make sense. That's what I would do. But we'll see. Any new news have dropped since I've been on the stream? I don't think so. I would just have Jay with Nia and Lash. I don't hate it, but that may be a little too strong, right? Jay, Lash, and Nia. Maybe a little too strong. There's a lot of very strong booked people all in one faction. I don't see how they lose any type of match. The way they're booked too strong. I don't love that pairing for that reason. Nia Jax and Lash Legend don't seem like henchmen. Well, maybe Lash does right now, but Nia, I don't think so. So that's why I wouldn't do it. But it'd be a cool visual at first, but a little too strongly booked. Lash being booked very strong, Jay's being booked very strong, and Nia's always booked strong for the most part. That's a little too strong to me. What about bringing Jada up? The problem with Jada Parker is she's nowhere to be found right now at all, let alone a call up. I think Jada Parker has more to do in the ring in NXT while she's down there. I think her character work and her mic work is ready already. She's been ready. She's one of the best talkers in the damn division, man or woman in all WWE. I think great on the mic, very smooth, very crisp. But in the ring she could get better. So I would keep her down there for a little bit longer and see how she looks next year. But very, very good talker, very, very good on the mic. Feel like it was supposed to be Nia with Tiffany, but she showed crazy improvements. What Tiffany did? I don't think Tiffany Nia Jax was ever supposed to be a long-term thing. I think the plan was to always elevate Tiffany quickly, which is why she had a face-off with Bianca Belair early on. Speaking of face-offs, apparently Trick Williams will have a face-off with somebody tonight that will make him look like a star. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, they had Tiffany face off with Bianca Belair right out the gate. They're doing something similar with Trick tonight, I think. So we'll see how that goes tonight. Oh, you thought Nia Jax would be the bodyguard to Tiffany. You thought Nia was going to be Tiffany's underling. Yeah, I never thought that. That's more of a Piper Niven role. I can see Piper Niven being the muscle, similar to what you're doing with Chelsea Green. I saw that coming, potentially, but not a Nia Jax to Tiffany, no. That's more a Piper Niven thing. Speaking of Piper Niven, I hope she's well. She's been out for a minute with the injury, unfortunately. That sucks. I like Piper Niven. She's great. If you want to know how somebody feels about you, by somebody I mean creative, look to see how they're booked, presented when they first step onto the scene. Tiffany, Bianca Belair right away. With Jade, it was a Becky Lynch face off. It was Charlotte Flair face off. You knew where they stood with creative, right? For somebody like a Trick Williams, we'll see what happens tonight. But it's always important to see how they're presented right out the gate. What's their first feud? what's their first face off, and that'll show you where they stand with creative. I'm gonna scroll through this. I feel like I'm gonna see the picture I want to see, but it's not happening. So anyway, so I think Becky's face beating Maxine. That depends. Do they want to do Becky AJ? Because the better that match has a better chance of having an impact on the Mania card if it's a singles match for the title. So, because those spots are very limited, so I would think they want to have a title on Becky to make that match have some stakes. So yeah, I would assume if the plan is to do Becky versus AJ at Mania, I think Becky wins that title back with the quickness. Maybe not right away. But yes, I do think she wins it back. Yeah, I agree. Because Maxine, with all due respect, to Maxine, she's not getting a Mania match. That's not happening. So yeah, the only way she's getting on that card is if she's facing Becky Lynch, which isn't happening. So it'll be Becky winning that belt back and facing AJ probably, but we'll see. I fear Stephanie's reign is as good as gone. She's in the Judgment Day vortex until Mania and losing to one of them. Right now, she's in the Nikki Bella vortex. That's a problem for her, more so than Judgment Day vortex. But I get your point. I think Stephanie retains her title in a triple threat match. I think Liv Morgan is probably her end game. I think she's probably gonna be champion heading into Mania, probably. But yeah, I don't blame you for being kind of weary of her booking and her direction. Nothing would surprise me with her, but I think she'll probably be champion heading into Mania. But we'll see. We'll see. But I get your point. The Nikki Bella vortex is more concerning than the Judgment Day vortex. At least with Judgment Day is kind of entertaining. Not even kind of. I love Judgment Day stuff. I'm more concerned with Nikki Bella and that booking because it's not going anywhere. Nobody's interested in it. Nobody cares about that. So we'll see. All right. I don't see anything. Well, let me check Reddit real quick. Check Reddit for any like breaking stuff. He feels like the most SmackDown star. What do you mean by that? Are you saying she's like a B level talent right now? Okay. Yeah, I get it. That's exactly what you mean. Yeah, it'd be worse on SmackDown, right? Lucky she's on Raw. Because she's a legend, I think most time legends or returning stars like a AJ Lee or Nikki Bella, they're put on Raw to be closer to the better creative team, closer to Triple H, right? Yeah, that's the A show for real. So they put the legends on the A show more likely than not. Which is why you think that the NXT talent that get called up would most likely be on SmackDown, but we'll see. Oh, I see what you're saying. You fit in with the mediocrity. Gotcha. On SmackDown. It'd be rough. Yeah, but I see what you're saying. It'd be very, very rough to watch. SmackDown needs some NXT blood. That'll get the talent excited. That'll get people talking. See Trick Williams. See Sol Ruka, whatever. See Jordan Grace, seeing an Obafemi, talent on SmackDown will get the viewers excited. It'll get the talent excited to see some new faces. Maybe we'll kick creative into gear. Maybe creative will care more with more talent to work with. I don't know. Not an excuse because Road Dogg should be doing his job with that. That's not an excuse for bad booking, but whatever. Hell, going to cost Liv the title. Well, Raquel has a match coming up here. Are you saying Liv Morgan is going to screw Raquel in a triple threat match? Or are you saying down the road, when Liv Morgan challenges for Stephanie's belt, Raquel will screw her down the road? Both are possible. Do I think Liv Morgan could screw Raquel this upcoming Monday? Yes, this Monday, right? Yeah. The Nikki Bella, Raquel, Stephanie match is this Monday. I could see Liv Morgan getting involved or a Roxanne Perez for sure. The writing of Raquel is dead ass the same as Finn. What do you mean? In the sense that she's beefing with Liv Morgan? I don't know why she was mad JD didn't come out when she said not to. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, she said don't come out, don't interfere. She's just mad she lost. Or she's mad that it didn't go her way. So now she's pointing fingers, taking out on her teammates. That's all. I like Judgment Day stuff. I love their dynamic. Is it kind of repetitive? Sure. I thought they'd be leaning more into Liv Morgan and Finn Balor feud, but that's not really happening right now. It's more about Raquel Liv. It was kind of surprising. I thought it'd be more about Finn Liv Morgan, but we'll see how it goes. I like their dynamic. I like the talent involved. I like the characters, so we'll see what happens. But if you're annoyed or you're kind of bored with Judgment Day, I get it. I do, but not the worst thing in the world. I like it a lot, usually, actually. So give me more Judgment Day stuff. That's better than the alternative. The alternative is Nikki Bella promos and yeah. Liv, I think they want to, but Dom is tricky. Oh, Dom being a face? I think both of them they want to be a heel, honestly. I think Liv Morgan and Dom are both heels for the time being. The way they brought back Liv Morgan screams heel. If they're going to bring her back as a face, I don't think she'd be booked the way she is. So I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. I'm gonna disagree. I think Liv Morgan is she'd be a heel for the foreseeable future. I think maybe Raquel turns face, but not Liv Morgan. I don't think. But we'll see. I mean, the woman freaking kicked John Cena in the balls. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back. She will be a heel for the foreseeable future. Screw John Cena. Screwed him royally in the ring. So, yeah, I'm going to say no to that one. He says, will the story change because Dom hurt his shoulder? I forgot about that. I forgot that Dom hurt his finger, his shoulder. It depends on the severity. Is it a legitimate injury? Will he be out for a long time? I don't know. It could be all right. I don't know though. We'll have to wait until Monday to see how bad it is. Roxanne needs that singles push next year. I don't want to see the Judgment Day around any of it. Singles push for what? The mid-card belt? The world title? Raquel is I think both of them are fine. I think Roxanne and Raquel are both in a fine spot. I'm not worried about Roxanne or Raquel. I know some folks want Roxanne to get that Tiffany push, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't need to see Tiffany being pushed. I don't need to see Roxanne being pushed like Tiffany. I don't need to see that. mid card belt, I think it's fine, but I think Roxanne is fine. She's on TV all the time. She's getting booked on big spots, like when she went down to screw with John Cena. Like she being put in big spots, big positions. So I'm not worried about Roxanne Perez. She's fine. She'll be fine in 2026. Not worried. There hasn't been a mid-carder to step up to the IC title since Dom beat Cena. What about Javon Evans? I'm not saying he has. I'm saying they could have him face Dom. If he shows up on Raw, I would have Javon Evans in the mix to dethrone Dom. That'd be cool. Imagine a Dom Javon Evans feud. Very, very high profile. Very important. Javon's been having a lot of matches in AAA. You can even build it up over there as well. I like that idea of Dom facing Javon Evans in the mid card on Raw. I think he's definitely going to either. I don't think you bring up the whole free agent thing if he's not leaving NXT. So bye NXT. Last match will be against Ricky Stanks. Coming up here, I think he may lose that match and go get called up, so that's fine. So yeah, I think his last NXT match is Ricky Stanks, which was kind of crazy. I'm surprised he's getting called up before Obafemi, but I think he made an impression on Triple H. So I like it. Call him up. Call up Trick. Call up Javon Evans. Call up Obafemi. That's cool. Give me that instead of the old same old. Call up without being champion is insane. I've seen that a lot. I've seen people saying, oh, he should be champion. I don't care about that stuff, man. It's just the NXT belt. NXT developmental. Okay. Tatum Paxley won the belt, had it for like a month. Or even less than that, maybe. It's just a developmental belt. It's not that serious. I don't care about people holding the belt in NXT. I don't care. Bypass it. I know Bianca Belair is always the example that's made, but there's other people as well. Like, I don't need to see them winning the NXT belt. It's fine. You don't need it. He doesn't need it. It's fine. You win the IC title, which is a better belt. Miles might be Obafemi. I'm going to say Leon Slater, but that's not happening. Be funny, be cool, but Leon Slater is not beating Obafemi. I wouldn't mind that booking at all, though. I mean, you're going to have him on it. They're going to sign him anyway, right? So why not have your NXT belt on the X Division champion? Doesn't matter down the road because ultimately Leon Slater is going to go to WWE anyway. So why not have him win the belt as a TNA superstar? Won't happen though. Miles Bourne, or dare I say, the Don, who just returned with a new gimmick. You have Tony D beat Obafemi. Miles Bourne is an option as well. I don't really care. Ricky Saints, again, who knows? Just get Oba, Trick, and Javon up to the main roster. No excuse. If Javon can go, Oba can go. What's the point? Elevate and build up your men division so it doesn't feel weird when they go up. Because right now the men's division is slim in NXT, which is a problem. Yeah, Tony D, my boy. Yeah, exactly. Have Javon put over Ricky and go up to Raw. I like that idea. I like it. I like it a lot. I think Javon Evans has way more upside than Ricky Saints. So yeah. I'm gonna say Ethan Page could beat Oba, but I don't think so. But I think Ethan Page should be on SmackDown with Chelsea Green. So Chelsea Green needs to be with the almost Oprah for me. Chelsea Green should be on SmackDown with Ethan Page, but they're being weird about that one as well. Taking their sweet time with that one. All right, folks. They could do Javon Evans on Raw and Joe and Oprah on SmackDown. Yeah. And Trick Williams. They're going to keep Trick Williams and Lash together. And I think Trick will have a segment tonight on SmackDown. So, Trick, Oprah on SmackDown makes sense. Javon Evans on Raw makes sense. That's all good. All right, folks. That's it for the stream. Do me a favor. Hit like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Enjoy the taped show on SmackDown. Remember, with a VPN, with VPN on Netflix, you can watch the show without commercial breaks. You don't have to wait. You skip through it and watch what you want to see on Netflix. It's going to be up at 8 tonight. Watch the Carmelo Hayes match against Ilya Dragunov. That'd be a good one. Watch what they do with Trick Williams. About that, enjoy the Doshi this weekend or Monday. I may stream before then anyway, so who knows. But if I don't, enjoy Dream Queendom. That's be a good card. I lied. That's not going to be a good card. It'll be a fine card. It's a fine card, but it is what it is. All right, folks, later.